As the Taliban wipe colorful murals with their human faces from Kabul's walls, many wonder how many of the gains of the last 20 years will be washed away with them. The insurgent group now in power is trying to rule a country that looks much different than the one it ruled 20 years ago. And while the Taliban have promised their new regime will be different from the oppressive rule of the 1990s, the international community is expressing profound disappointment with their cabinet selections.
Those who hoped for and urged for inclusivity will be disappointed. There are no women in the names listed. There are no non-Taliban members, no figures from the past government, nor leaders of minority groups.
Still, it's a mixed picture. The Taliban so far have respected the premises of foreign embassies and the United Nations. They have also given public pledges of a general amnesty for all their enemies. And they promise to uphold human rights, including women's rights, as per their Islamic ideology. The international community also hopes to have some sway over the group, given the country's dependence on foreign aid. That help is urgently needed as the country faces a humanitarian crisis.
There is an immediate and pressing need to deliver, on a huge scale, essential humanitarian aid in areas such as health, food security, non-food items, and sanitation.
The Afghans of today are more educated and more connected to the world through mainstream and social media. Since 2004, they are also used to a constitution that gives equal rights to men and women. Many of them intend to use those rights, despite fears of a Taliban reprisal. Tamanna Paryani protested against the Taliban in the streets of Kabul earlier this week. She sent VOA this message on WhatsApp.
برای فعلا که قصد خارج شدن از افغانستان ندارم و در همین شرایط سخت.
For now, I don't have any plan to flee Afghanistan. I am continuing my struggle until the international community accepts the Taliban's government. If the Taliban government is accepted by the international community, I would have no choice but to abandon Afghanistan and seek refuge in another country.
اما اگر حکومت طالب‌ها را جهان به رسمیت بشناسه بعد مجبور میشیم که ما از اینجا بریم.
The Taliban are wiping away many of the changes of the last 20 years, but they also want to be recognized as a legitimate government, and that may require them to step back from extremist positions. Aisha Tanzim, VOA News, Islamabad.